been on my mind. Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city light. Hey, darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far.
Hi friends, I am starting some dough for some Focaccia bread. So I have my starter in a bowl and I'm going to go ahead and measure everything out and get it mixed up, and then I'm going to let it rest a while. I'm going to go ahead and make my Focaccia for lunch, so I'm not going to let it bulk ferment very long.
Everyone needs a shoulder to cry on. Everyone needs a helping hand. Everyone needs someone to rely on. Yes, everyone needs a friend. So let's come together, celebrate each other, stand united as one. We lift our hands up and pray, lay all our love before Him with all of our faith. He is the change within us, there is a light. Let Him lead the way, lift our hands up and pray today. Oh, pray. Everyone needs somebody to lean on. Everyone needs someone who cares. If we come together as one, help each other get stronger, we are bound in the name of the Lord. So let's come together, celebrate each other, stand united as one. We lift our hands up and pray, lay all our love before Him with all of our faith. He is the change within us, there is a light. Let Him lead the way, lift our hands up and pray today. Oh, pray. Oh, pray. Oh, pray. Oh, pray. So let's come together. Yeah, let's come together. We lift our hands up and pray, lay all our love before Him with all of our faith. He is the change within us, there is a light. Let Him lead the way, lift our hands up and pray today. Oh, pray. Oh, pray. Oh, pray. Oh, pray.
Next, I'm getting some mushroom ranch pork chops going in the slow cooker. So I'm browning them on a cast iron skillet real quick, and then I'll get them in the slow cooker and we'll make up our sauce. I'm mixing ranch into some cream of mushroom soup, and I'm going to pour this over the pork chops and then let them slow cook all day long. I had asked the kids, did they want barbecued pork chops, or like what kind of pork chops did they want for dinner tonight? I could have made like a brown gravy with some mushrooms in it or something like that. And CJ was like, I kind of want something creamy, like cream of mushroom with them. And so this is just kind of what I came up with. Now here is my focaccia bread dough. And I have some tomatoes and onions cut up. I put parchment paper in my baking dish and put some oil in there. Now I'm just going to dump my dough into this and use my fingers, just kind of spread it out and poke it down. And then I'm going to go ahead and put some garlic powder and onion powder on top of this and add onions and tomatoes. And we are going to kind of do a focaccia pizza bread. And I'm going to cook this, cut it up, and serve it to the kids with some warm marinara sauce to dip it in. Here is our finished pizza focaccia bread. The kids absolutely loved this. Even the ones who aren't big fans of onions still ate it. And then I came in the bathroom to do something, and the bathroom was a disaster. So I cleaned it up, and now CJ and I are at his cardiology appointment. We have been seeing a cardiologist at OU and a neurologist for 3.5 years with no answers as to why he's passing out all the time, having seizures and things. So we saw a cardiologist. This was at Integris Baptist. We wanted a second opinion, and honestly, at OU, all they did was his blood pressure, and that was it. Over here at Baptist, they did an EKG, they did a 360 heart ultrasound, and then they put him on a heart monitor for a week to kind of see if it's his heart or his neurological system. Now we're home, and I'm so glad I put these pork chops in the slow cooker before we left, because I was able to call James on our hurry home after being there for over 5 hours and say, can you make some mashed potatoes and a vegetable? And he did. And so we're eating dinner, and then the kids and I are going to go to church. So this was our second night attending Victory Church, and as you can tell, my kids had a ton of fun. Hi friends, good evening. It has been a busy day, and I have not gotten to be able to vlog just because it's been very hectic. Not hectic, just busy. So I got the pork chops in the crock pot this morning, and I got the focaccia bread made. I got all the laundry washed, but I need to fold it. I washed down my counters. I wiped down cabinets. I deep cleaned the bathroom, which was much needed. Although I still need to clean the shower. I just didn't have time. And I fed kids lunch, and then CJ and I had to get going. He had an appointment all the way up at Integris, which is like almost an hour and a half for us. Like where their office was for their cardiologist. And, we got there about 30 minutes early, and we ended up being there almost 5 hours. So they did an EKG on him at the cardiologist as soon as we got there. And then the doctor came in, and he spent a good hour just talking to us and asking questions. And when we would answer, you could see that he was really taking in what we were saying, and he was taking notes and asking more questions. And we just had like a big hour-long discussion about CJ's health. And unlike the first cardiologist we saw that only wanted to know about the fainting and the passing out, he wanted to know about everything, like about when the tics started, when the seizures started, you know, how he feels in the days before and after any of these events, if he's ever stressed when they happen, if he gets headaches, if he has any type of palpitations before or after. He just had so many questions for us, and we had like a really good discussion, and we were able to kind of figure some stuff out. I'm trying to think and talk while this thing here. But we were able to really sit down and talk about things. And then he had the nurse come in and do an ultrasound of CJ's heart, like a 360 ultrasound. It took about an hour. After that was done, he came in and he looked at all the images with us, watched all the videos with us. We, again, had another probably good 30, 45-minute discussion about how everything looked. And he said his heart was strong. It was pumping and taking blood back the way it should. Everything looked perfect. No abnormalities, no arrhythmias or anything that he could see. And it just looked like wonderful. But he went ahead and put him on a heart monitor for the next week. And he told CJ, anytime you know that you're having like palpitations or you start feeling like you're going to faint, I want you to tap on it twice. That way it notifies us when we go to read it that at that time you were having issues, and we can kind of build off of that. But we are going to go over everything. It'll be about 2 weeks before we get back to you with the results of it. But this will rule out one of the 3 possibilities that this doctor felt like is likely what's going on with CJ. So that possibility would be a misfire between his neurological system and his cardiological system. And so something's misfiring between his brain and his heart, and that's what's making him pass out. However, that would only be related to the passing out, not all of his other symptoms. There's a possibility of POTS from COVID, but again, that would only attribute to the passing out. And so he said, you know, it's possible, but most likely he thinks he could have PANDAS, which is autoimmune, and it's caused by strep. And I've actually read a lot about PANDAS because that was kind of what I first thought before I started thinking POTS. And when I asked the doctor about it, the doctor we saw previously, she was like, oh, that's not even a real thing. She was like, that's just like an excuse for things when they don't know what the answer is. And so, like, she made me feel like I was dumb for even suggesting it. And this doctor was like, highly likely he has PANDAS because he had strep so many times when he was younger that the strep would cause ear infections, and then the ear infections would cause him to end up needing ear tubes because he had strep like 15 times in a year. And so he's had strep a lot, and even after having the ear tubes, his ear infections quit, but he still had strep many times. And so it's possible that he has PANDAS, and it's caused by strep, and it causes lots of issues. And he's having issues with like digestive problems in the last few months, and that's been a new thing. He started with fainting, and then he developed tics, like one tic, and then he started developing multiple tics, which technically becomes Tourette's, and then he started having seizures, and then now he's having digestive issues. And so if this heart monitor rules out a misfire, the next possibility that we're going to look into with the neurologist would be PANDAS. And that's what the cardiologist feels it is. So we'll see. He said we absolutely need a neurologist, which we have an appointment in October for. But he's hopeful that this is going to rule out anything as far as cardiac issues when he gets done with the monitor. So he's on the monitor. We got home. I actually texted James before we left the doctor, and I asked him if he would make mashed potatoes and a vegetable. He made mashed potatoes and green beans, and me and CJ got home. The rest of the kids were finishing up eating, so I had them go ahead and get ready for church. Me and CJ ate as fast as we could. We went to church. I was supposed to bring something for Taco Tuesday on Wednesday, but I didn't get to because we were so busy. But the church that we've been visiting does a Wednesday night Sunday school, and I enjoyed it last week. I really enjoyed it this week. Like, I loved it this week. I had such a good time, and it felt like the time that I was there, the 2 hours just like passed so quickly, and it was over. My kids had a great time. I'll share a couple pictures of them. They did like a paint run type of thing, my older two and the youth, and my younger three played games and stuff. They were playing Simon Says when I walked out to pick them up. But they all had a lot of fun, and I really feel like a positivity and a peace when I walk into this church, and I think it's a sign. But anyways, I'm going to get my stuff. I'm going to get inside, and I'm going to chat with James because he wanted to kind of discuss what the doctor said with CJ. We talked about it on the phone, and we texted about it while I was sitting at the doctor, like while we were waiting for different things. But we need to kind of sit down and have like an actual discussion. And there's a lot of things, like medical things, that I understand that James doesn't necessarily understand, because I worked in nursing. And so we're going to sit and talk and kind of, like have a meeting of the minds. So I'm going to get inside. Also, I need to get all the kids a piece of peanut butter cake for dessert, because they've asked me 800 times since church got out if they were getting peanut butter cake tonight. So I need to go do all of that, and I need to fold laundry tonight because we start school tomorrow. Most of us are excited about that. But anyways, I'm going to get inside. Before bed tonight, I wanted to read a little more into our lesson that we did in our Wednesday night Sunday school. So I was just reading some of that before bed, and I'm going to end this video here. But thank you guys so much for coming along. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment if you want to chat, and I'll see you next time with another new video. Bye.